right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving into the crypto gaming and Web3 gaming markets. And we have been preaching day in, day out here that if you've been paying attention to this industry, following the money, seeing the people and the companies getting involved, the talent coming over from the Web2 industry, and the partners coming in from major businesses into not only the NFT side of things integrating in their business, but more particularly gaming. And then today we see the massive news that Amazon is not only getting an NFT initiative, but they are focusing on blockchain gaming. And I'll show you exactly why they see that as a big niche for them to be able to capitalize on. But not only that, more importantly, we're going to talk about the cascading effect that this will also have on industry for years to come for the early adopters that have been here and have been ready for this adoption. This is no surprise seeing a massive giant like Amazon coming into blockchain gaming. So let's go ahead, dive right into it. Like the video if you enjoyed the show and subscribe for new videos and shows every single day here on Crypto Banter. And shout out to our sponsors here on In the Game. Honestly, two of the biggest Web3 gaming and the biggest Web3 gaming company in the world, Animoca Brands, which are pushing so many quality projects under their umbrella and incubating them onto the blockchain, as well as 𝗍𝗶𝘆𝗀 onboarding so many new Web3 games onto their blockchain and pushing forward adoption on IMX. Link down below in the description for both of our sponsors here on In the Game. So right now we're seeing the market still kind of hovering around this 23. We had some momentum earlier in the day, but it did kind of fall off. Some alts are still having some really good momentum in this time and are getting that attention in the industry. We'll talk about that later in the show on some alts that, are kind of sitting still and some that are definitely moving as an effect of potentially this new blockchain gaming news. So as we see here, Amazon NFT Initiative coming soon. The world's largest retailer has been hovering at the edges of Web3 tech, but they have, they've been dipping their feet in here and there, but this is their real official plunge. And it's said to be among those entities that they're looking to get involved in are layer one blockchain gaming based startups, and developers and digital asset exchanges. There's a focus on blockchain-based gaming and related NFT applications, the sources say. One example in the works, per one source, is getting Amazon customers to play crypto games and claim free NFTs in the process. So this industry is something that Amazon, something as big as the world's biggest retailer, is saying, look, we're going to come in and we're going to bring you NFT experiences in your gaming experiences. And why would they choose gaming? Why would the store that you go on to get all your monthly Nespresso refills, that you go and get your supplement, you get anything you want off Amazon, why are they focusing on gaming? What makes gaming such an appealing niche for Amazon? Well, first and foremost, we'll talk about that, as the hype is definitely there. We have Amazon to enter the Web3 gaming space. And then we see not only that, we see games already announcing. That they're getting involved with Amazon. Bornless here. Bornless, we had them on the show in the past. Fantastic project. It's like a horror genre FPS. They were accepted onto the Activate Startup program, which will be collaborating with the brilliant team at AWS Startup. So what is the reason that they would be so interested in the gaming market, right? A distributor of goods like Amazon that you go to get your everyday items. Well, they do own the biggest video game streaming site in the world, which is Twitch. So Twitch, as we see, you have, I guess this is getting a big player must be playing this game. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, or it says new. Okay, so 𝗏𝗏𝗏 has 250,000. Minecraft has 249,000 viewers, 200,000 on all the top games here. And there's so many people that watch gaming content. And guess what? Guess who owns Amazon? Or guess who owns Twitch? Amazon. And they see that market. They have 31 million daily active users, which are either consumers of the content or are gamers looking to watch the game that they are playing. People have their favorite streamers, the XQCs and the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s of the world. And then they're narrowing it in. And if we give our users, the people who game on our platform. Amazon gaming is a real thing. And, you know, if the people that game on their platform now are going to be rewarded for playing quality blockchain games, you know, Amazon is going to be working with a top tier team to be bringing in really good projects like Bornless, for example, bringing Bornless to their users and potentially giving them NFT assets in reward. That's going to be fantastic, you know, for the adoption of the industry. And they're seeing a $65.7 billion opportunity by 2027. And they're also seeing an industry that over the first 3 quarters of this last year got $7.1 billion in funding, which accounted for the total of gaming in Web3 was 62%. 62%, as we see here. Gaming collected the largest amount at 4.49 billion, followed by Metaverse with 1.8 billion, and social networks with 259.1 million. So some big numbers there. And this wasn't the only news this week. We have Apple going into the VR space. Some talks about the Decentraland partnership there and that they're building their VR experience with Decentraland. So some big rumblings. And I truly think that this is just one of the first big dominoes. We've seen Epic Games. We've seen Amazon now. And we're seeing some of the biggest companies in the world now coming into the metaverse with Meta and Apple. So this is completely going to change the way that technology and games and user consumption is operated in the future. Where instead of them completely just taking your microtransactions or your time, etc., they're going to give you those rewards back tenfold for being, it's a loyalty to an Amazon, to anyone. Giving access to these games and then having free rewards in return is rewards for their users on their platform at the end of the day. And if Amazon has a game plan to distribute this within Twitch, right, all those active users on their platform, this will, and no doubt about it, this is going to send a cascading effect in the market for blockchain games. So what are some projects definitely taking some, I would say some mainstream, you know, some higher cap tokens that are really benefiting at the moment from that? You know, Polygon's up another 8%. This is really off the heels of all their partnerships, which a lot of them involve gaming, but B, the fact that they did overtake Ethereum, which is the main reason, I believe, that they are surging at the moment, up about 16% the last couple days. Polygon overtook Ethereum in daily active users. We have ApeCoin, which ApeCoin earlier this week, it's up about 60 cents from when we called it about earlier this week. It was right around here on Monday, whenever we were, you know, mentioning how he had recently gotten into in this area into a DCA position into ApeCoin, and now you know, we're about 628. And I think legitimately with the sentiment around Yuga Labs, the sentiment around the ecosystem, the sewer pass is flying. Their hire of top tier executives from top Web3 gaming companies makes you think they are really focusing on the games. The other side metaverse is going to be a big catalyst for the metaverse industry alongside a Meta, alongside eventually the Apple VR experience. So I think that other side has that potential again to transcend, you know, that market. And 𝗶𝗴𝗏, absolutely. They are pumping nicely at the moment, up about 60 cents from earlier in the week. And then one that's kind of creeping under the radar within the sentiment right now, because I don't think that money's trickled to this point in the market yet. You know, Vulcan Forge is a mid-cap token. And if you notice, Axie Infinity's taken a lot of money. STEPN's been taking a lot of money. Immutable X has been taking a lot of money. Gala's been taking a lot of money. The really, really high top 100 gaming tokens, Sandbox has taken a lot of money. Decentraland's taken a lot of money. It's really within the top 100 right now that clear-cut lens is focused on. But if you start peeling the layers back, you have the low caps like Vulcan Forge, which under $4, Scaramucci joined Rand today. And I mean, they didn't talk about Vulcan Forge at all. But I love, like, whenever you hear his outset on economics and the markets and how to be sustainable and make the industry sustainable and things like that, it just makes me bullish on the partnership within Skybridge investing into Vulcan Forge. And Jamie Thompson and him are a brilliant duo from what I've seen publicly. And as we see here, one of the projects, so just giving you a lens, they don't only build their own games. And I know a lot of people always look at Vulcan Forge's games, and they're all not the top tier AAA games, right? But they are also incubating on their upcoming blockchain, guys. Their blockchain is going to be a major catalyst for Vulcan Forge. I love that, Nick. Got land, which earns me PYR every single day. Let's go, Nick. I love that. I'm a participant across the ecosystem in a couple places as well, but I absolutely love to see that as well. Have you checked out the team at Vendetta DAO is doing a Wild West theme metaverse, 7 mini games, gaming guild, strong tokenomics, and more. Their VDT token are minted on the Elysium blockchain. So guys, they have their own games, but they also are having a subset of games like the Hustleverse, which is kind of like a music metaverse, no pun intended. But yeah, it's a music metaverse within Vulcan Forge. These projects are building on the Elysium blockchain and building with Vulcan Forge. So they do have a stack of products building on top of their blockchain. And then I love seeing this. I think this is a Porsche, right? It's a Vulcan Forge Porsche, and it says spotted in Amsterdam. The community love is real. Elysium 2023. So we see that. And then I think Gala is going to take some money here. And especially on the next leg up. Gaming tokens are really going to take a lot of money on this next leg up after we just saw Amazon get involved. The VR, the metaverse, and gaming and AI are going to be just such big industries to take a look at. I think Gala could take a little more money. I know Ultra's, up about 25% in the last couple of weeks, and I think it'll eventually trickle down. If Bitcoin continues where we think it's going to go, and if you've been watching the show, I think we're going about 24 to 27K in the short to mid term. And I think that, the lens of projects, I think Ape's going to continue to take money. I think Polygon's going to continue to take money. I think that, Gala's 𝗪𝗍 is going to probably continue to take money because as Ram was talking about, if you look at those Asian exchanges, you'll actually see that that's where a lot of the focus is. I don't hear anyone in the world near me saying, here in the States, that they're buying 𝗪𝗍. So it definitely makes sense that narrative with the exchange volume is playing out there. But as we're taking a look at the rest of the watch list, guys, it's not time to dabble into the low caps yet, unless you have super high conviction low caps. My high conviction low caps would be 𝗨, Superverse, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏. I do, still have a lot of conviction on Phantasm. Saw someone ask that in the chat. Love the team and love the product, and games are still onboarding there. And as we see here, they're taking a little bit of action. 7.76 over the week. So that's good to see for Phantasma. But guys, right now I'm really continuing to watch my positions on Polygon and ApeCoin. And then I do think that anything under $4 Vulcan Forged is for the long term going to be an absolute steal. And after the weekend plays out, we'll see where the stock market, the traditional market, has been looking absolutely brilliant. So we're going to really see next week where the next leg of the market is in the traditional space. And once we see the next, I would say few, 3 to 5 days of the market next week, we're going to have a really good idea of where crypto, because if the traditional markets go down, I think crypto is probably going to cascade with it. But if the momentum continues next week, that's that next leg up to 24 to 27. And I think we could legitimately get there within the next 15 days. And I think crypto gaming, within the heels of the Amazon and the Apple news and the metaverse, these are going to be the tokens that people are really going to be taking a look at. The smart money has been in this industry and has been loading up in this industry. So we'll have you covered the entire way here and what we're thinking and the projects that we're really looking at in these times. But guys, like the video if you enjoy the videos here. And if you're bullish on Web3 gaming, if you're bullish on the metaverse, if you're bullish on AI, let me know in the comment section down below. And, let me know your thoughts on the Amazon partnership. Will they integrate this with Twitch? What type of level of adoption are they going to try to push this? And we see the Bornless getting on board with the Amazon technology. So there's just so much to cover with Amazon in the future, right? And just seeing immediately projects saying that they're getting on board. And let's just read this thread really quick. We at Cathedral Studios are set on integrating good AI ML models into gaming and exploring ways to ensure genuine customer protection for gamers in Web3. Working with AWS Cloud is one of the keys that we can see to make this possible. This is perfectly in line with today's announcement from Amazon regarding their deeper dive into Web3, and we can't wait to work on the problems of tomorrow today. And did we perhaps also mention that we are fundraising? That is interesting. Bornless getting on board immediately with the Amazon initiatives. So that is going to be good to see. And I'll just, kind of just to keep you updated over the weekend, I'm still watching about $7, $6.80 to $7 on ApeCoin. I think is still realistic. And then on Vulcan Forge, as mentioned, I think anything under $4, if we get that next leg up next week, is going to definitely be at a value range for the short to midterm. So guys, like the video if you enjoyed the show. Subscribe to the channel for more in the game and every show here. I mean, catch Rand's show, Kyle's show, Sheldon's show, Miles' show. Everyone here provides value, and everyone has their own niche and their own scope. And I think it's just really valuable. Don't be in an echo chamber ever. Always get the opinion, get the macro, get the charts, and really install all of it into your wisdom. That would be my biggest, like, put all these in your tool belt. That's my biggest advice to you is, have everything in your tool belt, but then really find what niche you capitalize on and are smartest on and have a good grasp on, and then, focus there. And that's Web3 gaming, metaverse for me. So, we're going to keep you covered here on In the Game, but definitely check out all the other shows here as well. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back on Monday with another show. And as always, fam, play well, my friends.